Alright, this is replay analysis for Rmmzi, Diamond 2 player, and they're just looking for rotations, defense, and just general anything. This is a 1v1 replay as well, so we'll see. Alright, so kickoff. I think he definitely could have made use of a first flip here, just to not waste as much boost. Like, yeah, he definitely could have achieved the same thing, except except with a bit more speed and a bit less boost wastage. You get what you need in the end, a winning on kickoff, but you could have definitely done the same thing, just being a bit more efficient with your boost. Alright, so overall, you get it nicely popped up, you get it past him. Your only real issue is you haven't really anticipated the angle properly, and as a result, you just fly past it. Just gonna make sure you're angling yourself properly so you can get those good shots off. You probably should have just turned in there when you are. Yeah, that probably wasn't the time to do a fake challenge. He didn't really have control of the ball at that time. You definitely could have made it a bit more of a better job out of that. But overall, you do get the ball and you do avoid the bump, but then you do get bumps here. So in the end, you do get what you want, but you probably could have done that with a bit more control on your part. Yeah, it was best to retreat, but how you did it was definitely not great. Yeah, you probably shouldn't have gone in like that when he had control to begin with. Should have just tracked the small boost down the middle of the field, just making sure that you're defending properly. Because in the end here, you're going to get scored on because you're not really defending any of the net in reality. Like as you say, you weren't even aligned with the with the front post, right? So yeah, just ensuring that you're keeping yourself goal side. You weren't really goal side here, and even your save attempt wasn't trying to save it in the goal. So in the end, just a bit of shoddy defense and screwed it up, but still plenty of time. This time you do save 12 bursts, that enables you to get the advantage here. This was a pretty decent kickoff again. I think you're definitely a bit more efficient that time, and you do get a very nice bottom right shot. Pretty simple. Your opponent misreads you, and you get a nice goal and bring it back. Another decent kickoff, pretty much same deal, just maybe try and be a bit more inefficient in the boost because you could have done the same job anyway. Honestly, not that bad of a shot, like it was pretty powerful. Probably the only thing you could have maybe done, main thing you could have done is just try and place it a bit more left, so maybe using right air roll. So you can just get yourself properly positioned, because here you do overcommit for a shot that's being shot straight into the middle. You got to make this really difficult to hit, because otherwise you're just overcommitting, and as a result you'll get scored on. You almost make a very good shot out of it, but it's just a bit too placed. It's placed a bit too middle. So as a result, it gets saved, and you'll score because of that blunder. Just not really. That's just the biggest thing about ones, making sure that you're not overcommitting. Because, well, it is ones, it's only you, so gonna make sure you're both keeping offense and defense in mind, because it can switch over very quickly. Alright, so another decent kickoff. This time you do save 12 boosts, so seems like these types of kickoffs are okay for you, but you can definitely make them a bit more efficient by making use of a first flip. Like usual. You do set up a decent dribble, but you just take it the wrong way. You give yourself way too shallow of an angle. Really, you should be trying to get yourself so you're shooting, so you get him to creep towards the left-hand side. You don't really get him to do that. So you just hit it straight into him. What you really should be doing is just keeping your options open, so you can shoot on any side. You just close up your options here. So unless you can get it straight over him, which is very unlikely at this rank, then it won't be working out that well for you. Pretty shoddy defense here. Just use your flip there if you're intending to get it back and get to the boost. You don't really enable yourself to do either, and you get the boost taken off of you, and you don't get the ball possession back. Alright, we'll see what you do here. Probably the best option you got, but then you just kind of throw it away. Yeah, just keeping the ball close to you, making sure that you're... It's just literally that. You have no boost, you don't have any option for attack here apart from 50-50ing him and just trying to brute force him. Like, he is doing perfect shadow defense and you fell for it. That's pretty much the end of that. Alright, we'll see what you do past this. Honestly, pretty fortunate that he didn't score off that. This is pretty good overall. You deterred him from taking a shot because you got in the way of that. But yeah, you just let the ball get away and you just kind of overcommit to that. Well, you don't really get yourself behind this ball properly is the main problem. You should just be thinking about goal side because you still have no boost. Just making sure that you're getting, just aim to get it to the left-hand side of the field because that's safe. Because if it goes wrong, like it does here, it could easily just be a goal the other way. And really, if the opponent hadn't been so inaccurate, you would be 1-3 down right now. This is pretty good. It was always going to be unwise to try and go for an aerial hit there, and you do get it past him, but just an unfortunate bump. So overall, good defensive play there. You get it out. Again, just kind of throw away the ball without you don't really give yourself many options here. You should be just trying to dribble it out to the left and then trying to bait him out. Yeah, because he's always going to save those. That's exactly what your opponent is positioned for. So, but you do recognize that he's lost control. You get it back. He was coming in pretty hard, so there wasn't much he could have done here. He was always going to get hold of this ball, I think, so. Biggest thing is that you've made him use his boost and you get ball possession back, so we'll see what you do here. On a pretty good bait overall, you make him jump for it, but main problem is that you're not really in position to capitalise. You let the ball just get a bit too far away from you, you're also positioned on the wrong side. So really what you should be doing right now, you should just be easing yourself over to the right hand side because that's the best side for you to be hitting the ball at that left hand bottom corner or even top corner. You just don't really allow yourself to take advantage of your fake out. But you do get both boosts back, so he's forced to retreat, pick up some small boosts on the way. You do probably take a bit too much time though, like you could have definitely could have just immediately turned and half volleyed this straight back down the field if you had been quick enough. Yeah, you definitely could have just taken that up. You give your opponent just too much time to grab enough small boosts to defend this. But thankfully, you are able to fake him out again. This was a pretty good handiwork overall. You slow it down, you get it over him. Pretty good goal. But yeah, just being wary of how much space you're giving your opponent there. Almost nullified your advantage that you got. But overall, not too bad. And again, a pretty decent kickoff. But you don't really give yourself boost that time. Just making sure you're making use of that front flip. You don't need to do anything fancy diagonally yet. You just need to make sure that you're getting a bit more speed. Just making sure you're saving a bit more boost. But overall, you win the kickoff, so all's well ends well. You do get a pretty good pop up. You keep the ball close to you. And it's a pretty simple goal from there. And now you're 3-2 up. That's definitely more what I'm looking for, but main problem here, yeah, you've just yanked yourself a bit too over to the right, so you're just going to make sure that just straightening out your flip a little bit more so that you won't be doing this so much, because obviously this is basically suicide, because you're just going to be, when they're going for the middle of the ball and you're going for a side of it, they're always going to win every time. So yeah, and as shown, they'll score here. So yeah, got the right idea there. Just going to make sure that you're using it to actually save your boost a bit more. Just i.e. running over the boost. Yeah, now we're seeing the safe kickoff getting outed a bit, because he is going a bit your opponent is going out a bit faster, but you do get a little bump off, so it slows him down. Alright, so you do here, you get the ball up on your car, and you get a very nice bump off, so that was pretty good overall. You bait him into driving side on, so it just makes it easier for you, and yeah, pretty good goal there overall. It's definitely good to see more of that creativity, thinking on the fly. And I'd say that was actually a pretty good shot by you there. Like, when you have zero boost, you can't really have time for preciseness. You definitely could have placed it more bottom corner. But with the speed your opponent had, he was probably going to save that anyway. So, I would say that's pretty much the best shot you had there. So, he just made a very good save. No fear, he's just going to take up both boosts, or three actually. But he will get the corner boost. Overall, pretty good aerial, make sure he can't really take use of it. That's pretty much the best you could have done there. And actually a very nice power shot. There, you kind of bait him out, because for the last few plays you've just been dribbling and then trying to dribble him out. And he just didn't really expect that, so you get him on that one. So that's very good, just varying up your play. Pretty much the only thing I would have changed about that at all is just making sure that you're trying to shoot more to the left-hand side, because it was a close run thing, that. But you do get it in, and that's what matters in the end. Just, yeah, there's always those subtle improvements. It's been a pretty good game thus far. And, yeah, this is what I'm meaning about saving the boost. Like, you kind of just wasted away on that hit. You definitely could have made it a bit more powerful if you'd used your boost while getting in that hit. Or even if you had made your first tap without boost. Like, you could have just made your first tap without boost. Like, lob it up a little bit and then take a power shot with your 12 boost. Overall, you could have definitely used it a bit better than what you did. Like, I think that's only really the main thing holding you back at the moment is your boost usage. It's been a little bit lacking, but seeing as you're 5-3 up, it hasn't really been too bad. You do shadow this pretty well. You bait him into a shot, and now it's just a matter of getting the ball upfield, which you manage. And pretty simple shot there. You had the advantage that whole time, and yeah, one of the advantage scores. Yeah, this is just another matter of you've wasted all your boosts there for no real reason. Definitely could have had 12 boosts going into this. You may have been able to make a more meaningful 50-50 out of that. But you do get the ball in your favour, so you can take a good shot out of this. Yeah, you're 6-3 down. You're 6-3 up. There's still a minute left. That's plenty of time for them to come back from 3 goals. No lead is really safe in 1v1. So, yeah, doing that type of shot, probably ill-advised until you actually know that you're going to win this. Because it's not assured yet, you can easily screw it up. But pretty risky there to go for that, but you do get the demo, so credit to you. Very nice 50-50 there. But you do take a bit too much time. You have 100 boosts, you really have no reason to be stuffing around. If you are wanting to waste time, just smack it down the other side of the field and go from there. But good clear though, and you get the boost again. Now it's just a matter of wasting some more time. This is fine, because it's going to take him, you've wasted 10 seconds, and it's going to take him another 10 seconds just to get this set up. So game's pretty much over at this point, and this clear will seal it. But yeah, overall, and that's the forfeit. So yeah, with that game, I would say you did played pretty decently in that one. Um, in terms of offensive rotations, well, yeah, I would agree with Little there. He did give you a lot of space, especially on your dribbles. Um, but yeah, overall, I would say that you didn't play too badly. Main problems was just a bit of your boost management on kickoffs. It did put you in a little bit of strife a couple of times. Definitely not giving your, just got to avoid on those rotations giving your opponents as much space as you did occasionally. That can definitely be best avoided if you can just get yourself closed in a bit more, um, pressing the advantage a bit more. I think that's the. Well, you did win 6-3. You probably could have scored a couple more goals in the end. Maybe not conceded as much. I think the only real defensive rotation mistake you did make was overcommitting a couple of times. And just not checking where you were on defense, I think, was the first goal. You didn't really check where you were in relation to the goal, so when you went for a save, you weren't anywhere in position. But yeah, I think I pretty much said my piece in. I think I pretty much said my piece throughout that replay. If you need any more clarification, feel free to DM me on Discord. But yeah, I'd say that's about it. And yeah, bye.